What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the PBR Smasher YouTube channel. Today we are creating a tier list for seasons 1 through 4 of The Boys. We're going to go over every single character. Hopefully we remember most of them. We're going to unpack a little bit. There's going to be some spoilers. So if you haven't watched through season 4, I would hold off on watching this tier list for now. Come back, check it out later. I just finished up season 4 the other day, so here we go. Starting out. Oh, they put all the good ones in the top. Why don't we roll down a little? There's only 2 lists I've been able to find on the internet, so these are what I found. I wanted to grab a list with the most characters I could find. We're going to start out by taking some of the ones we don't know and getting rid of them. So, let's start out here with Let's start here with the don't remembers. This one's new, I believe. She kidnaps Frenchie at the end of the episode. I'll put her in the don't remember for now. I'm assuming the further we get down, the less we'll remember these people, so. These are some of the kids from A-Train's brother. This little redhead girl was the actress in the commercial that they shot, the very first episode. Let me see if I can get you. There we go. Hopefully that camera angle works a little better for you guys. These guys were in the lab where our main guy grew up. So if you remember, let me see here. These 2 gentlemen. I cannot believe I'm drawing a blank right here. So Homelander grew up in a lab. We all know that. This gentleman was in charge of kind of keeping an eye on Homelander, while the other guy, he turned and worked on the heater, apparently. So these 2 guys were down there. We'll just put them in the don't remember. This lady works with the movie cinematic crew. So she works and does all the movie stuff. And basically her boss was kind of sexually harassing her at the workplace. This lady worked down. I thought she did a great job. She basically was the head of the little lab department that Homelander grew up in. So, before we get too far into this list, without unpacking a lot, we can see that the reviews for season 4 were actually a little bit lower on average than the reviews for the other seasons. So we have 7.5, 7.1, 7.5, and then the season ended with a 9.2 episode, but overall, this was probably the weakest season of the show series. So we're kind of hoping that it sets up for a good season 5, but we'll find out. These chicks we'll keep putting up here. This is a lot of characters. We'll get into the mains here, and we'll get this video rolling. So, Huey Campbell, baby. He's a staple in the show. He's had some weak points. He's got taken advantage of a lot. I think he's been doing good enough to stay up in the S tier for me. I think I like Huey in the S tier. Next, we have Butcher. I think William Butcher is probably my favorite character in the show. I think he's they're overusing the smirk, the smile, and the same mannerisms. They're kind of recycling a lot for him in the 4th season. But I think he's a badass. And I think he's got to be an S tier guy. Right? He makes the show. I think if Billy Butcher wasn't in the show anymore, I probably wouldn't be watching as much. Homelander probably has the most range when it comes to having to act in the show. He has to do a lot of different emotions. I think he is probably also S tier when it comes to characters. He also keeps me tuning in. He's one of the best guys in the show. We've got Aaron Moriarty in Starlight. Sorry, I'm like blanking on names, and I definitely know him. I definitely have seen every episode. So let me go back here just to make sure I don't screw up this name. Oh, I apologize. Starlight. So it's a play on the Starbright song. Starlight, I think she's gotten a little weaker in the past 2 seasons. She hasn't gotten a lot of range. The person that was the shapeshifter that took over her body gave her some different stuff to actually act and do in the show. I didn't like the angle they went with making her run like a political office, so I'm going to put her in the A tier for now. I really liked her in season 1 and 2. All right, Mother's Milk. We gotta put him, I think, in the S tier. I think he started out as not that exciting of a character, and he's grown. I think the whole audience, he's someone that you can root for. That's fairly level-headed. He's kind of back and forth on his feelings all the time about whether or not he wants to be in or out, which is annoying. I think that's kind of a common theme with a lot of the characters in this show. We're going to put him in the S tier for now, and we'll consider dropping him down to the A tier with Annie. Next, Frenchie. Oh, awesome season 1, awesome season 2, season 3 decent, season 4, I hate the angle they're going with the guy. Same crap story, like the same story, the same crap, different day. It's just the love story between the two, and then he's just kind of his same role all the time. I wish they'd give him a little bit more, but I'm going to put him in the A tier for now. Next up, Kimiko. I like her a lot in the show. I think she's probably one of the strongest characters. I think she's probably gonna go in the S tier for me. I like that she gets her hands dirty and does a lot. Next up, we got Madeline Stillwell. Gonna put her in the C tier. She did a good job. I think she really had Homelander's number and was able to manipulate him well until the end. Obviously, she didn't manipulate him well enough, but you can only deceive someone so much. Next one, Edgar. I hate him. I hate him a lot. I don't know if that means I put him in the hate category or if I bring him up here and put him higher, because we know he's still alive. And damn, I like the way he acts in the show, so I'm going to put him in the B tier. He's evil. Next up, we've got Ryan. And I'm kind of getting a little bit of Carl from The Walking Dead here with Ryan. I think Ryan deciding whether he's good or bad is the same angle. If you watch The Walking Dead, you've got Jeffrey Dean Morgan in that as Negan. You've got Jeffrey Dean Morgan in The Boys now. It's kind of repetitive. I'm going to put Ryan in the meh. We're going to put him in dislike. Ryan, I don't like you, man. You kind of suck. But you're getting manipulated, so I don't know. Next up, we've got Newman. Nadia, if you want to call her that. Nadia is also a character I dislike. I didn't like her at all in the season. I was glad. I was kind of glad Butcher ripped her in half. She was not a favorite of mine. Soldier Boy. Oh, I think he's... Excuse the odds. Sorry. I think Soldier Boy is, for me, kind of in the meh to dislike. I'm going to put him in meh. I think he's kind of a decent character. I think he's got some... I don't know. He's cool to me. I like him kind of, but he's got to go. You know, they got to kill him at some point. So, Maeve. This one's a crowd favorite in most tier lists, and she's an S tier in most tier lists. For me, for my money, Maeve's a little boring. and I think she doesn't want to be in the world of superheroes, which kind of makes her real to people, and I think that's where they resonate with her, and she goes in a lot of people's S tiers. She's level-headed a lot of the time, and her problems are more real human problems than superhero problems. For me, I didn't like her that much, so I'm gonna put her in the B tier. I just don't think she had enough substance to make an A or S tier character for me. Deep. Oh, I want to know where Deep ranks on your guys' list more than any other character on the list. I really want to like Deep. The character, the guy he used to play on Gossip Girl, he's funny. They make him funny in the first couple seasons, and he's a douchebag. But then they make him an a-hole and just make him want to please Homelander so much. So I think he's he's obviously a scumbag. And they wanted you to root for him off and on, but man, now I don't know anymore. So I'm gonna put Deep. I mean, I like Deep. I don't know why I like him, but I'm gonna put him above Maeve and above Edgar in the B tier. But man, season 4 has got me not liking him as much. I don't like him that much anymore. All right. A-Train. Season 1 and 2 didn't like him, right? Season 3, Season 4, getting a little better. I think I'm gonna put A-Train right next to Deep. And the fact that I put him lower is probably pissing a lot of you off, but that's just how I'm doing it. Dark Noir. Season 3. Dark Noir was A tier for me. Season 1 and 2, I'd have him in the C tier or meh. Season 4, I have him in the dislike. So for me, a lot of people probably like him in season 4 because he's talking and more comedic, but I kind of liked the non-talking Noir more. I'm going to put him in the C tier. I'm going to drop Stillwell down and keep him up here. All right, Sage. I'm going to make sure I got the name right here. I'm sure it's Sage, but we're going to go with Sage. The world's smartest woman. The world's biggest, smartest brain, supposedly. So her brain regenerates, right? I think she was kind of dynamic and had a little bit of substance to her. I think I'm going to put her in the... We'll put her in the C tier. I'm not super sold on her yet. Oh gosh. Gunpowder. No. I don't like her. We're gonna put her down here. I don't think anyone's supposed to like Gunpowder. She's kind of okay, but... Next up, I can't tell if this is... I can't tell who this is. If this is the brother of A-Train or who this guy is. So I'm going to have to put in Don't Remember. I know there's a guy that was also kind of got A-Train out of his funk. I'm not sure if that's him or not. See if we see him down here. I like A-Train's brother. So if that's him, let's put him up in the C. But next up we have Ashley. I think she's going to be awesome next season. I think she's been through the most out of any character as far as like mental trauma and torment. Except for maybe... she's probably been through some of the most. I'm going to put her in the meh. Actually, let's bring Ashley up above Sage. She's kind of evil, so I don't know. Mallory. I like her. I'm going to put her in the B tier. Grace Mallory. I like that they gave her an episode. I really didn't care for her. She didn't have much going until they gave her an episode, and then I think that helped a little. Becca. Um, the wife, this is played by Chantel Van Santen. She's also in For All Mankind and a different show that I was watching. So she's been in 3 shows that I've recently watched. So I'm kind of getting burnt out on her a little. I think she's a good actress. I'm glad they gave her a little bit more of a role, and I think it was season 3. I'm gonna put her in. I'm gonna put her in the Mie, because I don't like her that much. She wants to raise the kid and live with the kid. Everything's about the kid. So for me, she's in Mie. Dad. I think we're gonna put Huey's dad up in C tier. I like him a lot. He's good. He's a good actor. Simon Pegg. Crimson something, played by Laurie Holden, who was also in The Walking Dead. I'm going to put her in Meh. And she was fine. They gave her some short roles. I didn't dislike her, but there wasn't anything special to her. The mom, dislike. This lady's in a good show as well with Matt Damon called, what's it called? Promised Land. It's a natural resources movie. I think when you leave for that long and come back, it's pretty hard to like you. And I don't know if they can really build Huey and her to have a relationship again in 2 episodes. I think that, or 3 episodes, that's a little bit short. I don't hate her, but she's definitely on the bottom for now. This guy can go in the hate. We can tell we're going to not like him. This dude was a weirdo. We're going to put him in the hate category. The husband for Nadia, kind of liked his character. I'm going to put him in Mia. He's the scientist who creates the Temp V. And then we're going to go with Maeve's girlfriend. I thought she was good. We'll put her behind Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy could probably come up to C tier, but not yet. This lady I hated. Deep's girlfriend, the wife. Oh, she was a manipulator. I didn't like her at all. She can go in front of this freaky guy here. This guy, shapeshifter, also kind of a weirdo. We're gonna put him down. We're gonna put him above there. Sherry, kind of an interesting character. We'll put her in the C category. I really liked her in season 1 and 2. We'll drop her. There we go. That's looking a little better. This woman, the mom, horrible. Hate her, right? We don't like the mom very much. We're going to put her in dislike. Annie's mom, not enjoyable. This guy, I don't know. We'll put him in hate category. We probably didn't like him. This guy is one that's easy to hate, the guy who makes the movies. Put him down here. Selfish, doesn't care about people's feelings, just making the movie. The guy who's in charge of the church. Don't like him, right? The Fresca man. Put him in dislike. The IT lady. I didn't really get down with her either. She was kind of comical throughout the series. I can't believe they killed her off like they did. We're going to put her in dislike. At the front of the dislike pile. There we go. This guy was auditioning to be in the 7. And I remember Homefront, he was a blind guy, and Homefront just popped his ears and then said, now he's just a normal blind guy. That was pretty entertaining. Blue Hawk, we can put him in the hate one. He was actually a pretty good actor in the show, but I didn't think his character was any good. This lady, Hate, she's at the back end here. Charlize Theron. This lady, I can tell we're gonna hate her. I think she seems evil, the one that escaped the prison. So we're gonna put her at the we'll put her at the beginning of the hate list for now. The cancer patient kid, he was funny. Get some of these out of here, huh? All right, this guy, the guy that helped Deep, I didn't really like him at first. He seemed really creepy, but then he ended up being kind of a normal guy. So I guess we can put him in Mie. I wasn't huge on him. This is the guy that pitches all the movies. I don't really like him very much. I think they keep putting him in for comic relief, but I'm not super hyped on him. Let's see if we can find his partner in here. Here he is. These two guys. We'll put them together. We don't hate them. We just dislike them. I don't know. They're kind of funny. I'm kind of meh on those two guys. I'm in the meh to dislike here. Let's put them in meh. They're okay. This guy I liked, kind of, the guy who could get his arms chopped off. He seemed like a nice guy, and they didn't give him much of a role. I think they could have had him play more. Hamster. This guy I liked, the guy who was the head of the Vought Labs for a while. Put him in B tier. He was an interesting character. The brother of Sage. We're going to put him here. We're going to put him in dislike because he was a terrorist and we didn't know him very well, right? He wasn't in very many episodes. Lamplighter. I think Lamplighter played Cyclops in the X-Men movies, if I remember right. He was a douchebag, right? We don't want to like him too much. Let's put him down here. The baby? We like the baby. Should we put the baby up in B tier? Nina is a good actress in the show. I like her. She's pretty evil. I think we're going to put her in the C tier. I'd like to see her come back a little more. What was it? The Memorizer? I don't remember what they called Haley Joel Osment's character, but he could read your mind. He shakes your hand and reads your mind. He was a D-bag in the show. I didn't like him. And I love watching him. He's good in all his shows, but his character was a D-bag. So let's put him in the dislike. Claw. I can't remember what her is like. Something Claw. She was A-Train's girlfriend, a former hero. They got the dirt on her with the video. I think she seemed kind of just sad, wanting to live life and be happy. I'm going to put her in the C tier. Thought she was fine. I think we're going to have to bring Soldier Boy up to C tier now at this point, after seeing who else we have in there. And I think we're going to bring We're going to leave her up there for now. I mean, it's hard to rate someone that wasn't in the show for the whole duration. She was in there only limited. Same with like Lamplighter. I mean, it's hard to give these people ratings. Shockwave, dislike. Put him at the bottom of the dislike pile. This guy, I can tell we're not going to like. The president of the show right now. Annie's old boyfriend. He was okay. We'll put him in the meh category. Stormfront. Want to know where you guys put Stormfront. She made for some good action. Outspoken, killed a lot of people, evil, manipulative, liar, strong. I don't know. I mean, I hated her. So I don't know if that means we put her up here or not. Let's put her in the C tier. She's going to lead our C tier, I think. They gave her a big role. I don't know. I think, yeah, we'll let her lead the C tier. This lady was the CIA, head of the CIA, I believe, for a while. She was good in the show. We'll put her in the meh category. She got her head popped. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I'm going to put him in the dislike. I'm sick of watching him in The Walking Dead, so I'm sick of watching. I didn't want to see him in The Boys, so we're just going to throw him in there. It's just personal preference. He's a good actor, but the twins we can put in the hate category, I guess. We didn't really like the twins at all. Part of Soldier Boy's initial original group. And I may have called her Gunpowder. I can't remember if her name's actually Gunpowder or not. So if it's not, I apologize. Because I remember there was a different character that was also in there. The way the cast is listed on here, it's kind of hard to see. Firecracker. I apologize. Firecracker. Right here. This guy shot up the guy that was working in the gas station. Ooh, we love to hate him, right? Do we hate the guy who Translucent? I think Translucent was pretty hateable. We'll put him right here above Shape. We'll put him at the front of the hate. Because he was exciting. He kind of got us sucked into the show, right? This guy, they tried to make into a Tucker Carlson knockoff, I'm pretty sure. We're going to put him at the end. Or, I don't know. He sucked. We'll put him right here. These were the auditions for the 7. Get rid of some of them. See if there's much that we're missing, and then I think we're about to wrap it up here shortly. The wife. I'm not a big fan of the wife in the show. She doesn't really have any substance. So we're gonna put her in the dislike category. I don't know. She doesn't really do much for us. We'll put it right there. Will Ferrell. Didn't like having him in the show, actually. I mean, it was funny, right? I love Will Ferrell, but I don't know. Didn't need to be in there. The guy with the big dick, I think that he, the big wiener that wraps around people, we're going to put him in the hate category. This show does some gross stuff. And I feel like the first season I watched, I was super hyped. Like I told everyone, I'm like, you guys, you gotta check out The Boys. You gotta see what it's all about. And then every season, it got progressively grosser and raunchier. And I was like embarrassed that I suggested people watch this show. It was concerning to me that the more I watch, there's parts of the show where I just have to like shield my eyes and not look. These guys that were part of Dark Noir's life, I liked a lot. I liked the cartoon thing they had going on. I'm gonna put them up here in the C tier. They were cool. This is the pervert guy that follows around Firecracker. We didn't like him. We'll put him in the hate category. Dakota Bob? Meh. Kind of like Dakota Bob. Let's put Dakota Bob right here. I mean, we're recognizing a lot of these other characters, but they're not big enough to consider putting on the list, in my opinion. So I'm just debating if there's anyone else I want to add in. This dude I don't like, the dude that shrinks up into people. He's probably my least favorite. These two are both creeps. I'm going to put him at the end of my list, actually. This guy was he was Mind Reader, I believe, or something. Part of Soldier Boy's crew. I didn't mind him. Putting him in meh. The daughter I don't like. Something about tentacles is creepy to me, so she's a little gross. By what I mean is she's got tentacles coming out of her mouth, which is the way they're going with Butcher too, so I'm not digging that very much. Ezekiel, didn't like him at all. I'll put him in the dislike category. Actually, yeah, we'll put him at the end of dislike. The octopus that we feel bad for in the show, we'll put her in the dislike category. She wasn't bad. The daughter, we don't have to rate her. She hasn't been in the show much. Webweaver, this GIMP thing, the people that work down in the GIMP. This is the one that Sage is involved with, that works for the terrorist group. Not Sage. Sorry. Kamiko. Alright. Well, if you guys have hung with me this long, it's been rather long-winded. Here's another octopus here. This is the one that Deep ate. I think this is Timothy. It's been rather long-winded, so I'll leave you guys here. If there's anything else that I missed, oh, the brother. The brother. We'll put him up in the mech category. Right here. Thank you guys for coming and checking out the PBR Smasher channel. I hope you like The Boys. I can make something a little more entertaining about a review for the season if that's something you guys are interested in. We'll review the list quick and then we'll call it a day. So we have Butcher, Butcher, Homelander, Huey, Mother's Milk, and Kamiko, rounding out the S tier. In the A tier, we have Annie and Frenchie. And then starting out the B tier, we have Deep, A-Train, Edgar, Grace Mallory, Maeve, the former head scientist of Vought, or the guy that was part of running Vought before Stillwell. The baby, I guess, made it into the B tier. I don't know if that's necessarily right. We'll bring the baby down. We'll put the baby right there. And then we got Stormfront, Noir, Ashley, Huey's dad, Soldier Boy, Sage, the Chipmunk, Nita, and Claw running out the C tier there. So, thank you guys for coming and checking out the channel. I appreciate it. Have a good one.